Myself, Dr. Devesh Kumar Yadav, working as the Assistant Professor in the Department of Animal Genetics and Breeding in the College of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, University of Agriculture and Technology, Modipuram, Meerut, Uttar Pradesh. Friends, do you know that the market of the pet animal breeding is nearly $200 billion worldwide, and cat has the one of the significant position in this business. Cat breeding is important because it is used as the pet breeding. It is used as the pet animal. There are the different types of the breeds, and in India there are the 15 breeds which are kept in the houses. So today's topic for the lecture is the cat breeding, a lucrative opportunity in the veterinary entrepreneurship. Why cat breeding is an emerging entrepreneurial opportunity within the veterinary field? Let us see. So, very first thing is that there is the rising demand for the pure breed cats. Second one is the growing interest in the unique and the rare cat breeds. And third one is the economic potential for the veterinary entrepreneurs. Dear students, as we know that the being the veterinarian, we have the opportunity to explore the things in the technical manner. So, by opening the entrepreneurs or opening the jobs for the cat breeding, we may produce the huge amount of the money. So, emerging entrepreneurial opportunities. In this scenario, we can see that the India is the very big country, and there are the numerous breeds of the cats worldwide. Nearly 70 breeds are there, but in India there are the 15 breeds which are the kept in the households. And the most popular breeds of the Indian continent are the Indian Billy or the spotted cat, Bengal cat, Bombay cat, Siamese cat, Himalayan cat, and the Persian cat. Although these different breeds are the popular, but because of the geographical distribution and the nature of their the habitats or the genotype environment interactions, the people prefer the different breeds as per their the needs and the necessity. So, market potential for the cat breeding. If we see what are the different market potential for the cat breeding, then first thing is the trends in the cat ownership globally and the locally. Second one is the popular breeds and their the market value. As we know, breeds are the breeds have the different characteristics according to their the behavior, their the makeup, their the tendency, temperament. So the persons have the different choices for the different breeds. And third one is the opportunities for the breeding specific cat breeds in the different regions. It is very important to keep the different breeds according to the different regions. Why? The reason is that there is the genotype environment interactions, and if we will not keep the breeds as per the different regions, then there will be the susceptibility of these breeds as per the environment. So to check the health or to check the um, disease animals, it is very important to choose the breeds as per the regional areas. So we can summarize that the global trends leads to the also the local market dynamics, which leads to the breed popularity, and ultimately this will be the for the economic potential. So market potential for the cat breeding means there is the market, and if market is there, then there is the possibility for the investment according to the market demand. And the once the customers will be the our the top priority, then obviously the market will be the explored. And the veterinarian who are engaged in the entrepreneurship, they will get the more chances to explore their the business. So, why the veterinary professionals in the cat breeding must start the entrepreneurship. So there are the few things we have to see very briefly. Number one is the genetics. Genetics. The genetic makeup of the any animal is very important so that it can be considered in its the business point of view. Second one is the health management. See, only the keeping the animals or the keeping the cats or the any pet animal is not important. It must be considered its health management also. And veterinarian is well known for the managing the health. Third one is the ethical breeding. What does it means? Ethical breeding means breeding the animals or the cats not the only the health purpose or the not only for the better progeny, but it also includes conservation of the breeds along with the sustainability for the long duration. And fourth one is the welfare of the breeding cats. Welfare must be considered during the entrepreneurship programs. Means there should not be any forceful disturbance in the breeds. So feline genetics is another thing. Before starting the genetics, before starting the cat breeding in entrepreneurship, we must have the some basic concepts along for the feline genetics. Some of the fundamentals for the healthy or the scientific breedings are: first one is the basic knowledge of the feline genetics and the inheritance, importance of the genetic testing, avoiding genetic disorders through the informed breeding decisions, selections and mating of the superior breeding parents, and last one is the healthy desired progeny. Let us see one by one. Basic knowledge of the feline genetics and inheritance. In this, a breeder or the veterinarian must know about the what are the reproductive cycles of the uh, you can say the cats. We must know that the gestation period is about the 2 months, 60 to 65 days, and these are the seasonal breeders. These are the seasonal breeders, and these are the induced ovulators. So we must be knowing these things. Why genetic testing is the important? Genetic testing is important because if we will not sort out the genetic diseases, or falsely, if we are going to propagate those breeds which are having the genetic diseases, then it will lead to the very bad impression or the very devastating uh, very bad impression on the over the business. Avoiding genetic disorders. So how we can avoid the genetic disorders? We must go for the genetic testing. So there are the different technologies by which we can screen out the DNA. We can take the samples of the blood and we can know the about the genetic disorders. So if there is the information related to the genetic disorders, we can cull the animals, or we can not put them as the breeding parents. Fourth one is the selection and mating of the superior breeding parent. So for breeding parents, the superior animals must be selected, because if the superior will be selected, then on the basis of the inheritance of the 50% genes from the each parent, we the probability of getting the healthy desired progeny will be enhanced. So ultimately, what are the criteria for the superior breeding stocks? We can we can say in three words. One is the health, means the animal must be healthy. Its temperament, since these are the pet animals, so that the temperament also plays a very crucial role. And third one is the genetic background, because by screening the animals, we can find those animals which are the genetically sound. So these are the some basics ideas about the feline genetics. Health management in the breeding cats. So how we can put the these breeding cats in a healthier environment? obviously we will have to look for the health management practices. So number one is the routine health checkup. Routine health checkup means every month, every day, you can say we must put the some time, we have to spare the some time so that their health checkup can be done by viewing the animals, whether they are the lethargic, where they are the off fit, where they are the urinating frequently, where they are the lying down towards the corner in the room. So these, by this we can see the health checkup, whether the health is the good or not. You can say the average. Second one is the vaccinations. Vaccination, as we know that the vaccination is the source for the promoting the immunity in the animals or the humans also. You can say the vaccination, the basic concept behind the vaccination is that it gives the passive immunity. So vaccination is very important and we must go for the different vaccinations in the different intervals of the time as per the schedule. Third one is the managing common health issues in the breeding cat population. Common health issues in the breeding cat population that must also be considered during the health management in the breeding cats. And last one is the preventive measures to ensure the long-term health. Since long-term health is very crucial, very important for running the entrepreneurship. So we must take all the measures so that the health may remain in a good conditions. Side by side, we can say that there are the parasitic infestations, there are the protozoal infestations, coccidia is there, there is the toxoplasma infection. So we must be aware of the all these things so that the health management may be taken or the may be granted. So routine health checkup, maybe first criteria, second one is the vaccination. These all things lead to the disease prevention and ultimately this will lead to the long term care for the over the breeding animals. So let us see, if you are interested, then what are the basics about the setting up of the cat breeding business. So initial investment and the setup, facilities required and the veterinary care. These are the three broad topics by which we will see how we can set up the cat breeding business. Number one is the initial investment and setup. Cost involved in setting up a cat breeding business, which includes the breeding pairs, facilities, healthcare. Second one is legal and the ethical considerations. Very important because the persons or the buyers or the customers, they are interested in uh, purchasing the those cat breeds which are of the pure breeds. They are ready to pay the huge amount of the money, handsome amount of the money. So because of the demand of the people, there is the very illegal breeding practice also. So we must take the license. Then breeding regulations are there. We must follow them, and animal welfare is the third point which must be considered in the setting up of the cat breeding business. Facilities required, space and environmental needs for the breeding cat. Generally 0.8 meter square space is required for the cat to keep in the healthy environment and ensure that the proper ventilation, cleanliness and safety is there. Otherwise, the animal will in the stress and which will lead to the unhealthy conditions. Third one is the veterinary care. Routine health checkups, vaccination and preventive cares of the breeding cats, which we have discussed earlier. Importance of the veterinary knowledge. So here is a question. What is the importance of having the veterinary knowledge? Since a veterinarian or the graduate student of the veterinary, he knows not only the you can say the treatment point of view, but he also knows how to manage the things. Means prevention is better than the treatment. He knows very well. So there is the importance of the veterinarian. So breeding process. How we will start the breeding process? Mating and reproduction is the first thing. Second one is the pregnancy and the kitten care. Third one is the post-birth care. Mating and the reproduction. Understanding the reproductive cycles of the cats means when we are assured that the cat is in the stress period or in the showing the reproductive symptoms, then since these are the induced ovulators, so we must avail the male partner for the uh, fertilization. Selecting mating pairs for the desired traits and the genetic health. Since we are going to set up the business, so the desired traits and the healthier progeny is the required in our the progeny. So selection as in that direction is very crucial. Managing the mating process and ensuring the successful conception. Very important thing is, until and unless there is the successful conception, till then we have to be very careful so that the result of the these all the channels or all the steps during the reproduction is covered. Pregnancy and the kitten care. Once it is assured that the cat has been successfully conceived, then the second one is the how to take the care of the pregnant cats and how to maintain the pregnancy in the better way, because during the gestation period of the 63 to 65 days or nearly 2 months, it is very crucial. You can divide into the three different stages: 20 days earlier, 20 days in middle, and 20 days in the last. So monitoring the health of the pregnant cat is very important. Preparing for the kittening and the post birth care. Kittening means the process of giving the birth of the cat is known as kittening, and post-birth care is very important. Post-birth care includes the early kitten care with respect to its nutrition, warmth, socialization, and the health checks. Socialization means the kittens are uh, forced to live in a group, or the kittens are allowed to intermingle with the one another, or the kittens are day by day are introduced with the family members so that the tameness may be the minimized. And social behavior is very important because these animals are going to be kept as the pet animals, and pet animals must give the love and affection to its owner, although these animals also need the love and the affection. So socialization should be there, and we must be careful about this criteria, whether the socialization is being incorporated or not. So we must be very careful on this topic, or in this scenario. Otherwise, the purpose of the pet animal will be not fulfilled. Tracking the developmental milestones and preparing the kittens for the sale or the adoption. After ensuring that the development is going in the positive way, means body weight gain, and you can say the development in the all the aspects are going in a better way. So these milestones must be tracked by the person who is involved in the breeding process. And ultimately, the aim of this business is for the selling or the adoption of the so what considerations should be kept in the mind during the cat breeding? Number one is the responsible breeding practices, maintenance of the animal welfare, and the community engagement. Let us see one by one. Promoting the health and welfare of the breeding cats and their the offsprings is the should be kept on the top priority. Avoid inbreeding and the crossbreeding. Ensure the genetic diversity. Inbreeding and crossbreeding, as we know that the inbreeding is the method of the type of the breeding where the individuals of the 4 to 6 generations having the common ancestor, they are the bred, and the crossbreeding is the breeding between the two different breeds. Inbreeding leads to purity of the breed, while the crossbreeding diluted the purity of the breed. uh, I know that you will be knowing that the inbreeding is advantageous and crossbreeding is also advantageous, but according to the scenario and the conditions, we must avoid the inbreeding as well as the crossbreeding. Crossbreeding is avoided to keep the breed pure, while inbreeding must be avoided if there is the failure of the reproductive performance, or there is the decrease in the vigor, there is the decrease in the growth, then the inbreeding should be avoided, because the very bad effect of the inbreeding is that it leads to expression of the recessive alleles, which leads to the expression of the diseases. And we must ensure about the genetic diversity, maintenance of the animal welfare, commitment to the ethical treatment of all animals involved in the breeding process should be there. Educate the buyers or the customers about the responsible vet ownership. See, here this point is the very important. Education of the buyers as well as the customers about the responsible pet ownership, because we must at the part of the our the breeding, you can say the center, if we are going to produce or we are going to take all the precautions for the pure breeding, or the we are being responsible to provide the very good kittens to the owners or the buyers, and after buying, if the buyers or the customers are not you can say they are the not maintaining them in a very proper way, then the ultimate aim of the this breeding will be, you can say, the minimized, or the it will not be the fruitful. So there must be the education among the buyers and customers, that they are also responsible to take the you can say the nurture and the care of the this kittens what they have the purchased. And community engagement, avoid for the responsible advocating for the responsible pet ownership and the breeding practices. So we can summarize that the ethical cat breeding includes avoiding of the inbreeding along with the crossbreeding. Then it leads to the welfare assurance, and ultimately the customer education is the important, which by combining all the things, it leads to the sustainable practices. So till here, we have discussed that the how a veterinarian can incorporate his knowledge or her knowledge for the breeding of the cat breeds, and how it can lead to the, you can say, the avoidance of the crossbreeding as well as the inbreeding. So now the strategy was to take the advantage of the market, so that we can generate the huge amount of the, you can generate the corpus amount of the you can say the money. So marketing and sales strategies are the one of the most important milestone, you can say. If the market is there, then obviously there will be the demand, and we must plan our things accordingly. So building a brand, establishing a reputation for the quality and the ethical breeding will build or will help to build a brand, creating a brand identity that appeals to cat lovers and the potential buyers. Until and unless, you can say, the mouth to mouth advertisement will not there, that that particular breeder or that person gives the brand, gives the very good kittens, this brand we should try to create in our market. uh, During the era of the, you can say, the digital marketing, we must go for the social media online platform, so that the our we can reach to a broader you can say the audience, or the broader, you can say, the market. We can explore the broader market, showcasing your breeding program, cat care tips, and available kittens. We may go also to put the some notice boards or the some pamphlets during the, you can say, the fair, so that the what we are going to provide to our the buyers. These are the some marketing strategies. Client relationship, educating potential buyers about the cat care and the breed specific needs is one of the important way by which we can create the client relations, offering post-purchase support and building long-term relationship with the clients. This is also one of the important point, because we must not be focusing just to breed the cat, take the progeny, and it sell anyhow to the you can say the any person. After selling, it is our duty to offer the post-purchase support. If there is the problem, if they are the not well acquainted with the keeping this kitten, then we must be ready. We means the person who is going to start is the sale or the going to start is the uh, cat breeding business. He or she must be able to support the those buyers so that a long-term relationship with the clients may be uh, built. Financial planning and the profitability. Ultimately, the goal of the business is to get the profit, and so there is the uh, different plannings how we can get the maximum profit by any business. So we know that there is the only one way: minimize the input and maximize the your profit. On this fundamental basis, so input cost management comes the first. So we must monitor about the what is the ongoing cost, means for the nutrition, healthcare, maintenance of the breeding facilities, how much I am going to pay. Strategies for optimizing the cost while maintaining the quality at the breed purity. Obviously, our aim is to produce the good quality kittens, or the we are committed to provide the pure breeds, but during this time the cost should be optimized, neither very less nor very high. Otherwise, it will lead to our the financial conditions. Revenue streams, from where we can get the money: primary income from the kitten sales and the additional revenue from the stud services, boarding and the grooming. Okay, what is the stud services? So, this is type of the service where the we provide or the breeder provides the male cat to the different houses, and for the you can say the male provides it's the facility to make the cat pregnant. This is the stud services. So by providing such type of the services, by giving the male of this cat from our you can say the breeding place, this will lead to the stud services. So additional source of the income will be there. Profitability forecast: on the basis of the expected returns on the investment, we can forecast over the profitability, and factors influencing the profitability is breed popularity. If the person who is involved in the breeding of the cats, he or the she produces those breeds, those are the popular in the nearby the area, nearby the area or the nearby the market. Yeah, as per the market demand we are going to produce the breed, then obviously the more sale will be there. So these factors will ultimately affect our the profitability. Health management: if the breeding stocks are in the good health conditions, obviously they will give the more number of the progenies. Obviously the profit will be increased. Regularity in the services: any business needs to give the regularity. Any business which any business which is regular in its service, it will obviously give the more profit. And last one is the market competition. We know that there is always competition. So market competition, keeping the views in our mind that the who are the competitor, who is the competitor. So this must be kept in our mind, and all these factors ultimately lead to the profitability of the this business. So side by side, there are some challenges also, and the risk management. Every business has some challenge, and every business has the risk management. So common challenges, uh, as per the you can say the point of the breeder, there are some challenges. Number one is the genetic disorders, inbreeding, crossbreeding, competition. Second one is the ethical concerns and the market saturation. Third one is the strategies for the overcoming the industry challenges. So these are the common challenges. We must be ready to how we can solve these challenges. Risk management, common challenge. Risk management for the common challenges. Manage the health and the well-being of the breeding cats. If there is any health issue, if the issue of the well-being is there, then we must manage the health and the well-being of the breeding cats. Second one is the navigate the legal and the ethical considerations. Legal and ethical considerations must be considered in our the business plan. Deal with the market competition and the fluctuations demand. Uh, this is the one of the most important thing that must be kept in the mind. Ki whenever there is the market competition, when there is the fluctuating demand, we must be prepared in that way, so that the during the competition we may put our business on the top, or we may try to keep our the uh, product at the such a better quality that the persons ask about our you can say the our breed or the our facilities what we are going to provide them. And fluctuating demand, this is also, if the demand is more, we must be careful. If demand is less, we must go accordingly. So there is the also the risk for the future. Risk is always there, so we must be ready to solve these risks in the future. Identifying the potential risk, what may be the potential risk that may be related to the health, market fluctuations, legal issues. So we have a contingency plan for the unexpected health issues or the breeding failures. Contingency plan means you can say the compensatory plan. Contingency plans may be called as the compensatory plans for the unexpected health issues or the breeding failures. Strategies to mitigate the risk, ensuring the breeding stocks and the business assets. It means that if there is the chances of risk, then surely we will go for the insurance sector. If we will insure our breeding stocks, suppose death is there, or the whatever they are having the criteria, if they have the that any company which is having the breeding stock insurance or the business asset insurance, then the being the entrepreneur, we must always ready to buy the insurance. And we must be informed also about the industry trends and the regulatory changes day by day. If there the you can say the industry trend is there, suppose the any particular feed is there, or the any regulatory changes is there, then we must be informed, means we must be ready to see, uh, observe these things, and as per these regulations or the industry trends, we must take the decision, so that our business may be uh, good options for these challenges and the opportunities also. So in this slide, we are seeing that the risk identification should be the our top priority. Then we should move for the mitigation strategies. Contingency plan is the plan for to mitigate the you can say the risks, and ultimately when the risk management is there, or the risk management is the part of our the business, ultimately the lesser will be the you can say the loss will be there, and the profit may be fluctuated, but ultimately the business will not be totally closed. Legal and the regulatory changes, understanding the legal requirements for the cat breeding, navigating the licensing and the registration processes. If there is the licensing and registration process, we must follow those things, and compliance with the local and international regulations. These are the some you can say the points which must be kept during the legal and regulatory challenges. Legal requirements, licensing, regulatory compliances, you can say all these things combine together to make the ethical practice. So everything has the always opportunity. So coming to the section that the innovation and technology in the cat breeding, advances in genetic testing and breeding technology. If there is any new genetic testing is there, so that we can screen the animals, or we can screen the parental stock for any genetic disorder, we must go for that. We must use those tests. If that is very good, then we must go for that. Breeding technology, you use of the technology for the health monitoring, record keeping, and future trends in the cat breeding. Record keeping is very important because if we want to stay in this business, then record keeping is very important. Record keeping means you can start the by taking the date of birth, then you can say that when it came into the first time estrus, how many progenies it generally produces, if male cat is there, then what is his body weight, is there any history of the disease or the treatment. These all things come into the record keeping, and a very good breeder must keep these things. You can say not tip of the tongue, but surely he or the she must keep the record keeping. Future trends in the cat breeding. We must always be careful about the future. What is the prospects? What are the aspects? So that in future that may impact our the business. So technological advances, genetic testing, health monitoring ultimately leads to the future trends in the business. So expansion of the cat breeding business. Ultimately, if the business has been set up, business is going in the positive way, we are making the profit, we are the thinking for the future expansion, then provide the aftercare and support to the customers, expand your operations, additional breed, you may keep the additional breed, you may expand your the facilities, larger facilities may be kept there, offer related services, grooming, boarding, training, you may go for the training also. Explore the franchisees opportunities. If you think you are able to handle the things, so you may explore the franchisees opportunities and build a strong relationship with the buyers. And since the buyers are ultimate satisfactory customers, so there must be the strong relationship between the producer or the you can say the breed provider and the ultimate user. So business expansion has the scope of the additional services along with the scaling operations and the franchising. So sustainability in the cat breeding. Any business which is running in the very good or in the sound condition, that must be sustainable. So implementing sustainable practices in the breeding is the first criteria for making the sustainability in the cat breeding. Second one is ensuring the long-term viability through the ethical practices. Don't forget or don't underestimate the ethical practices. And third one is the adapting to changing market and environmental conditions. Again, I am focusing on the importance of the environment and genotype interaction. Means we must be able to monitor the things related to the progenies according to environment in which it is kept. And changing market demand, if demand is going to be changed, if the need of the people is going to change, if they are interested in the another type of the breed, so we must be able to provide them those breeds. Sustainable practices, long term viability, ethical breeding, all these are the fundamentals of the market adaptation. So future prospects in the cat breeding, future prospects in the cat breeding, emerging opportunities in the cat breeding industry. We must be aware to knowing about what are the emerging opportunities in the cat breeding industry. Second one, the impact of the social trends. And third one is the preparing for the future challenges and the growth of the business. So these are the some future prospects in the cat breeding. So at last, summary and the key takeaway, what we have gathered from this lecture, ultimately we can say veterinary knowledge is there. If we are having the veterinary knowledge and we are interested to start the business of the cat breeding, then certainly we will go for the ethical breeding and the management. Ethical breeding, as I have discussed, this is the type of the breeding where not only the focusing on the just selling the you can say the kittens, but the breeding is for the healthier along with the you can say the conservation of the breeds. of the important cats and management. And third one is the business acumen. If we are ready to take the quick and the important decisions during the fluctuation or during, according to the market, then ultimately we are going to become the successful entrepreneur. Friends, during this lecture, we came to know how the veterinarian can set up his the business of the cat breeding. What are the basic fundamental things he must be knowing about the business of the cat breeding? So during the discussion, we have seen that there is the market setup, there is the concept about the breeding of the cats, how the genetics is the helpful, how the knowledge of the veterinarian regarding the health management is the important. So by you can say by the combining all this knowledge, we can set up a very good entrepreneurship, and by this seeing the demand of the public or the market, we can go for the cat breeding business. During the business, there is the chances that the fluctuations will be there. There is the risk also. So we will also be ready for the solving these issues as per our the knowledge and as per our the techniques. So what we get from this you can say lecture. So ultimately 3 things I have pointed out. Number 1 is your knowledge. Second one is go for the ethical breeding, so that the conservation along with the sustainability will be maintained. And third one, use the acumen of the business, means the business point of the things put in your mind, and when you combine all these things, certainly you will be very good entrepreneur. Thank you.